What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today in this video, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to use P-Stake Finance and turn your Atom to liquid staked Atom to B-Atom, which you can use over on Anchor Protocol. We're going to show you guys all that. We're going to show you a couple tips, tricks, and if you get stuck, there will also be somewhat of a troubleshooting guide. But before we get into that, we're going to go ahead and say thanks to the sponsors of this channel. Check out the DEX-like experience on a SEX with hundreds of different trading pairs as well as different features going from trading bots, margin trading, limit orders, CFI, you name it. OKX is offering tons of trading pairs with low trading fees. Get started today in the link in the description below. Okay, so the very first thing is the wallet itself. Sometimes your tokens don't show up. If this is the case, what you do is you go directly into MetaMask and make sure you just switch accounts. You'll have this little section right here, this little color icon. You can click on this, it'll create a drop down and you can click on it and pick any one that you want. And once you select your wallet, your tokens should show up if you have some. If not, and if they do show up, well then you can proceed to the next step. You're going to take your Atom and put it into staked Atom. This is the very first step. When you do deposit and stake, it's going to ask you to connect your Kepler wallet, and it's also going to ask to connect your MetaMask wallet. So if we're just sending the Cosmos in order to be on staked or STK Atom, we're going to go ahead and connect our Kepler, and once we connect the Kepler, it'll allow us to go to the next step. So as you guys can see here, in order for us to send it, it's going to ask and have us approve, and that will be for the 5 Atom. This will send it there. Now, once you get your staked Atom, this is the very next step. After you get your staked Atom, you're going to go to the Anchor Protocol one. This will pick up how many staked Atoms you have. Let's say, for example, you have 5 liquid staked Atoms, and you want to send it to B-Atom. What you're going to need to do is the 5 staked Atoms, they're going to go to the Terra network. So you need to enter your Terra address right here. So once you enter your Terra address, you are going to approve a transaction on Ethereum. It's going to cost you about $5 in gas fees, depending on when it, or not when, but like what the gas fees are at that rate. There's $5 for about 40 Gwei. So if it's $100, or 100 Gwei, it's probably going to be around $12. So you guys can keep that in mind. Once you approve it, and then you will have to send the actual transaction to get it onto Terra. The transaction that you sign is actually gasless, so you have no fees involved with that. I'm going to go back into another wallet that I use this on, and if you guys see over here, this is just some test Atom that I used, and it shows that I did a deposit, it did rewards, it did mint B Atom. These are the different transactions that I did. Anchor Protocol was the section we were just on, which was here. This is in order to get your staked Atoms to the Terra network, so to B-Atom, and you can go to the transactions to find the history. It's important to have the transactions because you're going to need this. The next step involves going to a website called portalbridge.com/redeem or #/redeem. Now, this is the redeeming section right here. This is the important step you're going to need. What you're going to do is have your Ethereum and then connect your wallet address here. Once you connect the wallet, your wallet address shows up here. Then it's asking for the source transaction. You need to get this transaction. Where are you going to get this? There's different places you guys can go get this address. You can actually get this address back on P-Stake. As you can see here, this will take you to the Ether scan, so you guys can pull it up here. Or if you get the transaction off of MetaMask, this will take you directly to here. Now, what's important to understand is that it will only show the approval transaction that you paid on the actual network, which is this transaction as here. You need to actually go to this section, the contract right here. I just clicked on it if you guys didn't see me click on it. This is where the bread and butter is at. If you are unable to figure out where you signed it because it's not showing up in your wallet, it's because the contract is being displayed here. So it's coming from this address. You're going to have to go to, just depending on which one it is. Let's say, for example, I know I just did this one like 2 hours ago or whatever, or 5 hours ago. Well, I know this is going to be my address. As you can see, there's not a bunch of people doing this right now. It is pretty complicated. So you can go right here and you can see, okay, look, this was it. I transferred over 3 p-stake pegged atoms and turned it into some B atom. So then I can see here, this is from, this is to, this is the transaction hash I need. So if I copy this address right here, then I can paste it in the portal bridge. So this would be the source transaction here, and then I would hit recover. Now, of course, this is someone else's transaction, so I won't be able to do anything with it. So as you guys can see here, after I entered in the contract address, you can see here, oh, these tokens have already been redeemed. Yeah, no dip. It's because someone else had redeemed them, and it was from 5 hours ago. And that is how you'd get them. So you'd hit redeem, and then you would get the staked atom on Luna. Now you have one last step after doing this. You're going to have to turn the web atom to B atom. So this is another transaction you would have to make. So say, for example, you have 100 or 1,000, you would turn this into B atom. Now, once you have the B atom, you're free to do whatever you want with this. You can deposit it into Anchor to borrow against it. You can also take the B atom that you have and just hold it and earn UST, which will accumulate in the B asset field. As you can see here, this is the reward, and you claim it at any time. Now, again, I want to reiterate this point. Some people lose the transaction hash. All you got to do is go back here, and this will take you to the main transaction that you made. So again, to reiterate, worst case scenario, after you approve that transaction, you can go on to the block explorer and figure out, okay, what transaction did I just approve? So let me show you what I'm talking about with this random address right here. If you guys see on this address right here, they had this approve function. So if you click on this, this was their approve for this contract. This is the contract that you need. This contract will show all the current and recent or previous transactions that were already made. These are going to be all the transaction hashes that you need. So if you just did this like, I don't know, 2 minutes ago, there will be one that shows up either pending or it says 2 minutes ago, and you can click on it and be like, boom, there it is. Awesome. I got it. You can get the transaction hash and do what you need to do. I hope it wasn't too confusing with P-Stake Finance and playing around with it, but this is some info, some troubleshooting tips that you guys may need or may want to use in order to get your tokens from Ethereum on P-Stake and to get them on Anchor Protocol. If you guys want to jump in the Discord, there's a link in the description below, and you guys can jump in. We're going to hit you guys with a wisdom one-liner. Proverbs chapter 16, verses 20. Whoever gives heed to instruction prospers, and blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord. You guys can also catch me on tweeters at rent a home fast, like literally at rent a home fast.